Nexa! Nexa everywhere! And a cat! What's up, Panda? So, just doing my morning routine, and holy smokes, I came in to get some coffee, which I was out of, so I grabbed a Monster, because, you know, that healthy life. Oh, kicking cats. My goodness. So let's get some windows open. Christmas is over. It's the second week of January in Texas, so clearly we need to cut the grass, because that's what we do in the winter. um, it turned out to be 70 degrees today, so which is pretty neat. But I didn't expect it to get this warm this early in the morning, so excuse me. It has been kind of cold and warmed up, so that does get us into cedar season, or juniper trees, however you want to define that. They're also on next to here, my 3060 babies. So yeah, let's get some airflow up in here. And just kind of a mini update. I haven't done a lot different. So these are the 3080 Dells. They're still hanging out here because I leave La Vida Loca. And we'll talk about that in a minute. I'm on Nexa because the hash rate has been pretty decent. I have been having some problems with Vipor since Saturday. They did an update. The new pool went offline, US Southwest, which has just given me great ping time since it opened up. Today's the 11th, so Saturday night the pool went down. No big deals, but it's pretty normal. Not for Vipor, for any pool. There's maintenance and things to be done, you know. So no worries there. But there's been some changes since whatever update happened Saturday. I'm a little thrown off by it. So this should actually read about 31%. This reset Saturday night. And then this is the other thing. So 8 minutes ago was the last time that refreshed. Now, the last time I was in here, maybe 2-3 minutes ago when I came in and was exasperated by the heat, that was 28 minutes. You can see I've just refreshed that, and it still is 8 minutes behind. That's new. This was always, 1 to 2 minutes. So whatever is going on at Vipor, I hope y'all can fix that soon. I really like your pools, and the hash rate itself is not dropping. They'll still all come back reported, but for some miners, which kind of are doing this solo thing, we're leaving a lot of data that I need on the table. So I'm gonna think about hopping off Vipor for a while until that can get fixed. Now that's not that big of a deal for most miners, but for what I do, and I understand what I do is a little bit I don't know, esoteric, arcane, out there, not as popular. So solo mining, just some channel updates. These last two videos was kind of an experiment, I guess. I get some requests from people that I help to start solo mining. Should I stay on the pool? Should I not? Those types of things. And generally, I'll come and I'll make an unlisted video for that. I took the names off. I didn't want to give anything away as far as like other people. I don't want to put them out there that don't want. So just kind of go through stats like should I stay on right now or not. So and I kind of like to help people out. So but I don't think that necessarily belongs on the main channel with kind of how odd that is. So I'm not going to be producing the solo content much more, I don't think. But please, if you're starting out and you're a home miner and you're earnest and sincere about it and want to learn, hit me up. I'm in most of the Discords, and I'm very happy to help anybody. I want everybody to succeed. But as you can see, these seem to be a little bit of wasted resources in the amount of effort that I put in versus how many people it does help. So, um, oh, this is funny. This is the day that I got a shout out from another channel, and 7 haters rolled through. So I got my first haters. Woo woo! Thank you, haters. It's motivation. Not really. I generally doesn't bother me. I find it kind of humorous at this stage in my life. I've been around. So, what are we doing? I wanted to show you kind of some of the pools, but I can't because I'm 18 minutes behind. Let's see. Boop, boop, ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. Let's see if those Mario tunes do anything. Anywho, yeah, I'm pretty unimpressed here. And they've been such a great pool for so long, so I hope whatever that update was, they can undo it or fix it. What is the farm doing? So I've got half my CPUs are on this Vish, so Yes Power algo's been around for a while. I've never really tried it out, and it was kind of nice, especially on the Intels. They're a lot lower watts, and they automatically only do half the cores. So pretty interesting. I did hit a 57% block. I hit this one yesterday, and we're gonna try a second one. We're around 17% in, so not a lot of kilohash. Just what are we doing? We got 5. Yeah, so we got five CPUs on there. I'm just kind of playing around, and then we got the 5900s. They're all still switching on RandomX. So still pulling in about $1 a day, which is pretty awesome. And then of course ETFs and general interest, and the mining has been picking up interest the last few weeks too. So getting ready for that bull run. Let's see, 27 minutes ago now, if we can get it updated. So very, very frustrating because they have such great pools. It's just this one update, and it really really throws off a lot of the data that I need, kind of in a real-time way, to make these decisions. So I just refreshed 14 minutes ago. So that's hot garbage. Hot freaking garbage. All my rigs are still on, none have dropped off, but I'll get no data for this time. So once again, Vipor pool, very good pool, but holy smokes, please fix that update. So as I was actually editing the video, I went out to the garage to have a break, and I noticed the 1660 Ti page was refreshing. So I came back in and tested these, and they're actually back where they should be at, usually under a minute or two. So it looks like whatever was going on, that's not abnormal, but it's not those long, long breaks, with no data, whatever. So shout out to them. New servers, there's problems, and they fixed it. It just took a few days. It was probably more annoying to me than most, just because of the type of mining that I do. I'm on here now. I haven't been switching as much as I often do. Some days I'll hop on and off 5 different solo networks, trying to do different things. Yeah, my lament was in vain. It was already done, or in the process. Shout out to Vipor. Really like them, and that was the first problem I've ever had, and it only lasted a few days. And like I said, it was on a new server, so complications, with something like that is very, very reasonable, and probably be pulling off Radiant soon. I mean, it's just that test rig. I didn't really anticipate hitting a block, but with any test rig, I would definitely do solo, because you're not gonna bank much anyways, But But yeah, 62 terahash yesterday. There's tighter numbers elsewhere, but loosely, not up to 69. Currently, this does have a little bit of a delay, but that's over 10%. Oh, there's that white screen flicker. Sorry, guys. Or whoever. So yeah, that's up 10%. So that's kind of off the table. Like I say, it's not necessarily about network hash rate. It's about actually writing these network difficulty adjustments. And so when they shift down, certain cards will hit certain networks certain times. There's it's an art, but it's not that bad. Like I say in the solo video, it's just ratios and lining up ratios with certain situations, but you always have to be looking to know, when those times arrive. So, but yeah, they fixed it, so that's fantastic, and pretty consistently. I've been clicking on it for 30 minutes on every computer that I've got, and they're all updating now. So kudos. Please fix that update. Solo. Should you solo? Yeah, I think you should. If you've got time to play around with the networks, and you should. So I can show you some of the blocks I've hit. So these are 2 Nexa blocks. You can kind of see the luck there. So 100% would be the equivalent of what pool mining would be, or how long it would take you to find that block statistically. So those averages are just that, averages, and you can play around, and spend much shorter periods of time on there. So here's my last Caspa blocks. So I have been spending my crypto all bear market, and turning it into hardware that I find good deals on, and I buy hardware that I think will at least double in price. During the bull. So decent cards, clean cards, things of that nature. Not that other cards can't mine, they most certainly can, but since I'm having to buy this hardware with my bags, I need that extra little bump in the silicon itself increasing in value, and that's kind of how I justify it. But we'll start here. So since the 18th, it's the 11th today, so the 18th is going to put us, I don't know, somewhere around Christmas time. I've moved everything into one exchange since that block. So in 3 weeks' time, with not that big of a farm, just saw the cat run across the yard. I wonder what he's chasing. 452. So that is, solo, man, just solo. Check it out, please. I've been doing this well over a year and a half now, probably, since the merge. I've been in the chats telling people some have picked it up, and they're doing great. And some don't. Some, even a year after, will still say, solo just averages out, shouldn't do it. Or the network has to be tiny for it to work. All that stuff is untrue. So check out my one video I will leave up. I might delete these other ones, but this one here, Do You Even Solo, Bro? It's just kind of a fun title. I like to laugh and have fun. With it, I try not to be too serious. This is a mining channel where I just share my stuff. You'll never see a sponsorship. I'm not here to make money. I'm here, to share my passion for this hobby and to help people out and to hold myself accountable. So, if you're into solo, check out that vid, or feel free to DM me. And excuse my voice. I'm still, oh my goodness, still kind of recovering from that Christmas flu, and then here we are with cedar season. So 3 weeks time, I do not have a big farm. That's what I do. I roll these in to more GPUs, more CPUs. I don't just go buy them willy-nilly. I want them in almost new condition and at a fair price. I don't want to take advantage of people. I don't want a super cutthroat deal, because that means the other person lost. And I'm a pretty firm believer that we don't all need to lose. We can all kind of do this together. Now I'm showing you those dollar amounts, and I'm going to roll through here. I do not have a big farm. That was from all of these rigs. So I really only have what I would consider 2 real rigs. You know, that's a 10 card 3060. There's the broken TV I've still got to recycle. 10 card 1660 Super. I consider this half a rig. I don't really consider this a full rig, even though it does, you know, the same amount of power. These are two 3080s, two 3070 Ti's. From the last video, which was a lot of fun to build. That rig is really growing on me. These are the 2 Dells that haven't moved. I did add 2 1660 Supers just to kind of take up some of that power supply. I don't want it to be super inefficient. And we got 2 3060s running there. Did I miss any? No, the upstairs ones are all off. They're my family's gamers. So all that is from, you know, these cards. So there's different ways to mine. So just, you know, heads up. Be aware of that. Look around. There's different stuff going on. And so one clarification, the 5900Xs, those 4 that go to NiceHash, they go to a different exchange. So we're going back to about Christmas time for this amount. That was the last time I bought some GPUs, so everything's been stacking since then. So we can add about another $100 to that from the NiceHash side. And so I don't say any of this to brag or any of those things like that. I'm not chasing an ego by any means. Quite the opposite. But really just to kind of emphasize how much different ways of mining profit than just pool. You know, just PPL at LNS or PPS or things of that nature. So, but just wanted to clarify that there's another, you know, those 5900Xs weren't included in that. So here's the 5900X build. Let me turn the light on. I'm really happy with the way it came out. I haven't powered it up yet. Kind of experimenting with this style of setup here. So what do I like about this? I like that, you know, depending on the card, you can run a 600 to 800 watt power supply and have these compact miners with just a few cards on them, and then you can be directly on the board with these low watts. Now I don't like to run, and you know, when I say low watt, I don't mean you know, the TDP of the card. I'm talking about the board draw. So that's going to be limited to 75 watts. You know, by industry standard, but that, you know, every card pulls a little different. Some cards, and they'll be high wattage cards, you know, you're only pulling 5 watts off of that actual PCI lane. So the board draw might be very low on a high wattage card. Now there's some extra considerations here because it is an x570. Now I do really enjoy these motherboards, but as you can see, the chipset on these runs really hot, and so they have this fan, you know, to compensate for that. No big deal. It works really well. I really like these boards. They do draw a little more watts than the 550. The only real downside is, so these are 2060s, you run 1660 Supers. Now if I were to run a 3080, it's going to extend over this. You can see the radiator there, and that's going to put a tremendous amount of heat right above the chipset. So on x570 specifically, I don't want to run any big cards like a 3080. I've got a couple of Intel A770s. Now down here, no problem. Up here, that's going to spin this fan 100%. Fans to 100% do not last long. So what's going to happen, that fan's going to go out. Most of them are proprietary. They're kind of a pain in the butt to find, and that chipset's going to overheat. You know, and then you're out of board. So with x570s, that is, you know, just something to keep into consideration. Yeah, really excited to get this going. Should be very soon. So I kind of have to build these in piecemeal. I stay pretty busy. I got a lot of stuff going on most of the time. So pretty neat. I really like that. Hopefully that, you know, works out the way that I think it will. And so if it does, then, you know, I've got these 3060s here, and then in my personal, those are just temporary, so I'm going to pull those out. And kind of like I mentioned in the last video, I'd like to maybe get some of those on here. And I might switch this OS. They're on NiceHash OS right now. They're Linux-based OS from NiceHash. So I might get some Windows on these. If you're not familiar, Windows is free. Windows 10, if you hook it up without a LAN, I don't know if that's common knowledge. I just assume it is, but you can run Windows for free. I do. It's not bad. You can extend updates. I think 5 weeks now. So once every 5 weeks, you got to go in and extend the updates. It's not near as bad as it used to be, but yeah, hopefully we'll kind of have this model mirrored in all of these. So I'm just trying to get as compact and as efficient as I can, because I know come summertime we're gonna have to rearrange this farm quite a bit. My farm has outgrown the inside of the house, so we'll be keeping cards that we want to sell as gamers, keeping these that will be sold as gamers, or if the bull run blows up, and keeping these inside out of the humidity and the dirty dust and whatnot. So that's for the future, but that's what we'll be dealing with in the winter. I did get one build up. It's in my garage where I work, and the plants have been in because it was cold. It warmed up today, so I'm gonna move them outside. But got our 1660 Ti's running. They're just kind of testing on. What do I do? Oh, this is the Radiant one. Yeah, they're just kind of testing on Radiant. So. It was a good test. That the GPU 0 actually had a crash earlier. It did reset in the software, so it kept mining, and that was cool. The rig didn't crash. So no, I'm sorry, I misspoke. That was GPU 1. And so you can see these. One is Samsung, one's Hynix, and they both mined the crap out of ETH for a long time. So this second one, the GPU 1, the second GPU, it might just be tired, but. And it's pulling more watts, as you can see. I had to kind of differentiate the core clock, so we'll play around that. But I'm very happy with it. And then the 6700K is actually the computer I started mining on, so it's kind of fun. It's my first miner. It's the computer I stole from the family. Said, you ain't playing games for a year. But that bought them both their own gamers that most people would be kind of envious of. So that's my newest rig. It will not look nothing like this whatsoever. It's completely just kind of testing. So and shout out to Sustainable, that he sent me that free RAM the last time I ordered from him. So still appreciate you a lot, Sustainable. That was really cool. Yeah, so that's the latest rigs, that's the latest builds, and just keep going. Try out solo. Try out different ways too. You can get onto these different switchers. What's that one? Rainbow Miner. There's a lot of different strategies. You can get into Bitcoin talks. You can get into these super, like super early coins and try to get that 100x instead of these 5, 10, 20x's. And just check it out. And then not every way is for everybody. So, but there's a lot more profitable ways than just hopping on pool mining and staying there. So I would implore you to expand and check that out. So yeah, that's pretty much been my week. I've got to take a break from the builds. I got to go pick up the kids. I got to get these plants out, and then I have today's a car day, so I have a customer coming. And I'll make a little bit of that dirty fiat. So we can buy more miners. Alright, well thanks for hanging out with me all. I hope you're having a wonderful time wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, and I hope you're growing, and I hope you're learning, and I hope you're expanding. Happy hashing to each and every one of you.